Ew, Babe's Nutsack only donated $10,000. Gross, he must be poor. Chat, why am I the only creator who knows how to philanthropy, Max?
If I had $1 every single time the internet turned on MrBeast, I'd be swimming in cash right now because the hate has gotten absolutely out of control. Lately, it feels like he can't even breathe without someone finding a reason to drag him, and honestly, it's reached a level that's straight up wild. One random tweet from him now has the power to set off a full-blown war across Twitter, and the battlefield only keeps getting messier. The biggest storm started with his much-hyped Team Water project, the one where he's literally trying to bring clean drinking water to poor communities. Sounds noble, right? But somehow, the internet twisted it into something sinister. Suddenly, people weren't praising him. They were accusing him of running some kind of scam. Imagine trying to give people in Africa access to clean water and waking up to see Team Water I say a scam trending worldwide. Tweets started flying left and right, claiming things like the water facilities will be used to sell water, not give it away for free. And this was always about the money. Mark my words. That's the kind of venom being thrown at him. People are legit saying he's just using charity as a cover to stack more profit, and they aren't whispering it. They're screaming it online with hashtags attached. Now, if this was just one or two trolls, maybe it could be brushed off. But no, this is becoming a daily routine. Every single day, new posts pop up trying to discredit him, calling the project fake, labeling him greedy, or simply trashing anything attached to his name. And the craziest part, even when the hate isn't about scams, people still find something to complain about. It's like no matter what he does, even when it's charity, someone's waiting to tear it down. Another layer to this drama came when people started blasting the way MrBeast encouraged donations, some even calling it straight-up pressure tactics. The word extortion was getting thrown around online.
Ew, Babe's Nutsack only donated $10,000. Gross, he must be poor. Chat, why am I the only creator who knows how to philanthropy, Max?
Like donating to charity was suddenly some kind of hostage deal. And honestly, that's wild. One viral post with over 36,000 likes didn't hold back. Mr. Greed, MrBeast has become so unlikable. True colors showing. Nah, he's doing too much. He needs to be humbled. That's the kind of heat he was catching. And get this, some streamers admitted they literally took a week off from streaming because they were scared MrBeast might pop up and ask them to donate. Imagine that. Millionaires hiding out just to dodge a charity call. If you ask me, the real caption should have been millionaires on vacation because they don't want to help anyone. MrBeast himself even slid into the comments to clear things up, saying people don't have to donate if they don't want to, which is facts. Nobody's forcing anyone, but people are acting like he's the Grim Reaper, hunting them down for their wallets. Then came another creator, Nick A30, who jumped into the conversation with his own shade. His issue? He claimed he didn't vibe with the campaign because, in his words, the people donating weren't able to get more recognition than MrBeast himself. Basically, he suggested that since Beast's name is the one on the project, others couldn't shine as much. But here's the thing. If the main goal is helping people through charity, why does it matter who gets the spotlight? At the end of the day, MrBeast is the one pulling the strings, reaching out to creators, and making this entire project happen. If others wanted to start their own initiative, they could have, but they didn't. It honestly just came off strange that Nick was more concerned about famous streamers not getting enough credit for charity donations than the actual lives being helped.
Actor here, where's that 100 G's?
Dude, what the hell?
Where's,
How am I getting pressed like this?
where's the 100 grand? It's 100,000 years of clean water for people in need.
Dude, I haven't streamed it. Like I said, I'm doing 100 and then whatever my chat donates. I told you that.
Okay.
Oh, he did say that though.
Okay, I forgot.
Like, really? That's your big problem? Anyway, despite all the noise, the Team Water project was already pulling in insane numbers. Over $33 million raised at the time. On paper, that's a massive win. But of course, the internet wasn't done with MrBeast just yet. Because right after this charity drama cooled down, he managed to stir up an entirely new firestorm with a single tweet. Here's the setup. Rolling Stone dropped their 25 most influential creators of 2025 list. Pretty straightforward, just ranking the biggest internet power players of the year. Names like iShowSpeed, Drusky, Kai Cenat, all the usual heavy hitters made the cut. But when you scroll down to number 7, that's where you find MrBeast. Now, whether you think he should have been higher is up for debate, but one thing's for sure, Jimmy Donaldson himself did not take the ranking lightly. Instead of brushing it off, MrBeast went full meme mode. he fired off a tweet saying, "According to this list, a guy with 1 million followers is more influential than me. What did I do to piss off Rolling Stone?" And to make matters worse, he attached a picture of the creator who ranked just above him, Caleb Huron, sitting at number 6. That one tweet was like throwing gasoline on a fire. Twitter immediately exploded, accusing him of being salty, petty, and disrespectful. Fans were split. Some backed him, saying he deserved a higher spot, while others dragged him for publicly shading another creator who didn't even ask to be in the middle of the mess. One tweet, one photo, and suddenly millions of people were at his throat again. Now, I can't show you the replies to MrBeast's deleted tweet, but let's be real, we already know they were brutal. People weren't holding back, and the whole thing quickly spiraled off topic. I'll admit, I didn't even know who Caleb Huron was at first either, so I did some digging. Turns out, he's a comedian and podcaster with a growing audience that's pulling serious numbers on YouTube. So honestly, it's not that shocking he landed on Rolling Stone's list. He's just thriving in a totally different corner of the internet.
You know, MrBeast, I'm not saying he's only doing it so that it makes him look good, but it makes him look good. MrBeast and Team Water raised $12 million for charity. So, like, bro, when they're pressuring these creators to donate money and everything for that, I can see why some creators don't want to do it, because it's MrBeast's name that gets all the recognition. I mean, I don't know, just from the clips that I've seen, it's kind of weird that he's like pressuring all these guys. And, you know, to each their own, maybe he's friends with them and maybe it's not like that. But at the end of the day, MrBeast gets all the recognition for that. So it's like, you got to respect it if a creator doesn't want to do that. I don't care who you are, bro. $1 million, $100,000, that's a lot of money. MrBeast is going to get the credit for that.
Still, the fact he ranked above MrBeast was bound to stir controversy. And once Jimmy fired off that tweet, the backlash was swift. Even if his frustration had a sliver of truth, the way he worded it came across as petty and disrespectful. And that was all the ammo his haters needed. Out of nowhere, old rivals came crawling back into the spotlight. Rosanna Pansino, who most people hadn't seen since the messy dog pack drama years ago, resurfaced with a brutal post that instantly went viral. MrBeast's mask slipping this much in less than a year has been fascinating to watch. Sorry, Jimmy. Caleb has something you'll never have. A personality. That one hit like a nuke. 8.7 million views and nearly 300,000 likes in no time. And she didn't stop there. Under her own viral tweet, she doubled down. After getting ratioed, Jim deleted his tweet. Imagine being a billionaire and caring about some random magazine list. Mr. Ego takes another L. Ouch. And honestly, she wasn't wrong. How is the same guy who just raised $33 million in a single month stressing over a list most people wouldn't even glance at? But because he dragged it into the spotlight, now there are dozens of fresh articles ripping him apart, spreading from the US all the way to India. And here's where it gets even crazier. Because somehow, this whole mess went global. News outlets in India were suddenly running stories about MrBeast's deleted tweet, like, why is a billionaire YouTuber's salty comment making headlines on the other side of the world? That's how far this thing spiraled. Meanwhile, the guy at the center of it all, Caleb Huron, decided to play it smooth. He hopped on Instagram, posted a screenshot of the Rolling Stone list with the caption, "Thank you, Rolling Stone. It's an honor." And what did he use for the picture? None other than MrBeast's angry tweet itself. That's right, he turned Jimmy's own words into a victory lap. But the real sting came from the comment section under Caleb's post. People were roasting MrBeast like there was no tomorrow. One brutal comment read, "When you get ranked higher than a grifter who profits off children's joy, shocked to find out he's less influential than a man who's funny and doesn't make poor people fistfight for cash." More at 6. By this point, the internet was treating MrBeast like the ultimate punching bag, and the blows just kept coming. Every headline, every viral post was painting him less like the golden boy of YouTube and more like an out-of-touch billionaire scrambling for relevance. And the wildest part, most of this heat came from his own actions. If he had just ignored the Rolling Stone ranking, it probably would have blown over in a day. Instead, he dragged himself right into the mud, and the internet was feasting on it. People started digging up old clips, resurfacing past controversies, and recycling every Mr. Ego joke they could think of. Suddenly, the conversation wasn't even about Team Water anymore. It was about whether MrBeast's whole brand of philanthropy was built on self-promotion. Memes were spreading like wildfire with captions like, "When your billions still can't buy humility, slapped over unflattering screenshots of him. And while his fan base tried defending him, it only added fuel to the fire. Critics argued that his fans were brainwashed, calling him a cult leader of YouTube, someone who hides behind charity projects but can't take the slightest criticism. On TikTok, short edits of Caleb Huron's calm response versus MrBeast's salty tweet went insanely viral, making Jimmy look even worse. Caleb didn't even have to clap back. The internet did it for him, and just when you thought the storm couldn't get any worse, boom, it did. Because at this stage, people weren't just clowning MrBeast for one bad tweet anymore. They were coming for his entire legacy. Articles and think pieces started popping up everywhere with titles like, "Is MrBeast's philanthropy just a business model?" and "The Fall of YouTube's Golden Child." Overnight, his carefully polished image of being the internet's good guy was getting ripped apart piece by piece. Twitter threads went viral accusing him of exploiting poverty for views, recycling the same argument that his generosity was just poverty porn dressed up in flashy thumbnails. People were saying things like, if he really cared, he wouldn't film it. Others were convinced this was proof his entire empire was built more on ego than kindness. Suddenly, the narrative had shifted. MrBeast wasn't the savior of YouTube anymore. He was the villain. Meanwhile, Caleb Huron's fan base ballooned overnight thanks to the drama. Every time Jimmy tried to move past it, Caleb's calm little Instagram post kept resurfacing, like a haunting reminder that MrBeast had been humbled by a comedian with a fraction of his followers. The optics couldn't have been worse. One man screaming about influence, the other soaking in praise without lifting a finger. And here's the kicker. This wasn't just an online drama anymore. Brands and sponsors started paying attention. Behind the scenes, whispers began about whether partnering with MrBeast was worth the risk if his reputation kept taking hits like this. One deleted tweet had spiraled into something way bigger, a threat to his empire, his image, and maybe even his future as YouTube's unstoppable giant. So yeah, that's the chaos surrounding MrBeast right now, and it's been nothing short of explosive. From raising millions for clean water, to getting blasted as a scammer, to losing his cool over a Rolling Stone list. He went from hero to villain in the eyes of the internet in record time. And the craziest part, most of the fire came from his own words and actions. One tweet was all it took to flip the script and send his reputation into a tailspin. If there's any lesson here, it's that the internet never forgets, and it never fights fair. You can build schools, feed the hungry, or raise millions for charity, but one slip, one moment of ego, and suddenly you're trending worldwide for all the wrong reasons. Whether you love him or hate him, this proves MrBeast isn't untouchable. And the sharks are always circling, waiting for the next drop of blood in the water. But hey, what do you think? Was MrBeast being unfairly dragged, or did his ego finally catch up to him? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know if you think this is the start of his downfall or just another internet phase. And if you made it this far, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.